let's dive in. Quick scene. Picture a solo tech named Maya. Friday night, salon packed, she's out of a trending glossy top coat that clients were asking for all week. By Sunday, she's missed an estimated $400 in retail because she couldn't restock in time. That's one missed weekend, one frustrated repeat client, and a cupboard of impulse wins that never happened. Today, I'll walk you through a 1-week, no spreadsheet forecasting pilot using only your last roughly 30 bookings, so you avoid that exact moment.
Ouch. I love this kind of story because it's so relatable. Real talk, as a client, I've walked out of places that didn't have the polish I wanted, and it sticks. So I'm excited to hear a simple fix.
Exactly. Here's the promise. You can pilot a forecasting rhythm in 7 days with 1 page and your last 30 bookings. No PhD, no massive spreadsheets. In the next few minutes, we'll 1. Pull the data you need, 2. Apply 3 simple rules with exact thresholds you can copy, and 3. Set a low-tech supplier cadence you can use this week. Segment 1. Quick data pull. First question. How do you get those last 30 bookings? If you use a booking system, export your last 30 bookings for the period you want, ideally the most recent 30. Look for 3 columns: booking date, product sales, retail items sold at checkout, and shade or SKU name. If your system doesn't export product lines, export appointments and copy the sale notes or tip notes into a single list.
If someone doesn't have an export option, what's the pen and paper fallback? I know booth renters who run everything on paper.
Good question. 2-minute pen and paper fallback, pull your last 30 appointment receipts or your calendar entries and write down for each appointment the retail items sold and the shade names. Keep it simple, 1 line per booking. You're only trying to spot repeats and frequency. If an item shows up more than a couple of times in 30, it matters. That's all you need to start. As you list items, highlight repeats. A quick hack, mark any SKU that appears 3 or more times in your 30 bookings. Those are immediate candidates for safety stock. We'll formalize the math in the next segment.
I love that. It makes the data feel less intimidating. And it's nice to think in counts instead of percentages at first.
Segment 2. The 3 forecast rules. This is the core. Rule 1. Top 5 demand rule. Take your list and identify the top 5 SKUs or shades by appearance in the last 30 bookings. If an item appears in at least 15% of those bookings, that's 4.5, so round up to 5 occurrences, keep 1 extra unit in safety stock per location or tech. Example, if Gloss Pop Top Coat appears in 6 of the dirty bookings, it meets the 15% threshold. Keep 1 extra on hand so a single weekend surge doesn't lose you sales.
So for a solo tech, if I see 5 clients ask for the same top coat in those 30 bookings, I hold 1 extra. That single extra could save a weekend of sales.
Right. Rule 2. Rolling 30 reorder rule. Estimate your 30-day sell-through using the last 30 bookings as a directional proxy. If you predict a 30-day sell-through of X units for an SKU, reorder when your on-hand inventory is less than or equal to 0.5 times that predicted sell-through. In plain language, reorder at half your projected 30-day demand. Example math. If your last 30 bookings suggest you sell 10 units of a serum in 30 days, reorder when you have 5 or fewer units on hand. That gives you time for delivery and reduces emergency runs.
I like the halfway reorder point. It feels conservative without being overkill.
Good. Rule 3. Shade parity buffer. For your signature shades or exclusive blends, hold a parity reserve. Think 1 extra per tech or 10% of recent demand, whichever makes more sense for cash flow. Example, if a signature shade sold 20 times in the last 30 bookings and you have 2 technicians, parity reserve could be 2, 1 per tech, or 10% of 20, which is 2. Same result here. If vendor terms are tight, treat parity only for high margin or high attach items.
Quick check. If we have a small sample and it feels noisy, can we stretch the window? Seasons and one-off events are real.
Absolutely. Treat the first week as directional. If your numbers look noisy, extend to 60 bookings or add a simple seasonality multiplier, like plus or minus 20% during holiday weeks. The pilot is meant to be low risk and iterative. Start conservative. 1 extra for top 5, reorder at half the projected 30-day sell-through, Parity for signature shades only if they move consistently. Segment 3, low-tech ops and supplier cadence. Now, how to order without tying cash. Set a weekly check. Every Sunday, glance at your list of SKUs and current counts. Use 3 cadence options: weekly small top-ups for fast movers, bi-weekly mini bulk orders for steady sellers, and pre-sell triggers for risky or slow ad items. A pre-sell trigger might be, if 2 clients requested new polish shade in a week, send a message or hold 1 unit on order and offer first dibs at pickup.
I've seen salons use hold for pickup when they pre-sell a product. Clients appreciate being first in line, and it validates demand before you commit to larger orders.
Exactly. Here are 2 micro templates you can paste into supplier emails or messages. Template A for small orders. Hi, this is Maya from Sparkle Studio. I'd like to place a small order for SKU 1234, quantity 6. Can you confirm lead time and shipping? I'm testing a new cadence and appreciate flexible quantities. Template B for trial negotiation. Hi, testing a 30-day trial order. If we move to recurring orders, can you offer a short-term return window or partial credit for unsold items? Use these as starting points to ask for a 30-day trial or relaxed returns.
Those templates are gold. Simple language, clear ask. Suppliers respond well to actionable requests. Also, if minimums are an issue, ask about pooled orders with nearby salons.
Good tip. If vendor minimums or lead times block frequent small orders, prioritize parity and top 5 only for your high-margin SKUs and use pooled buys for the rest. And if you're worried about expiration or clutter, start with minis or travel sizes as your test units. Wrap, 1-week pilot and KPIs. Here's the checklist for your 7-day pilot. Day 1, pull your last 30 bookings and list product SKUs and shape names. Day 2, mark top 5 by frequency and tag items meeting the 15% threshold. Day 3, compute projected 30-day sell-through from the 30 booking sample. Day 4, apply reorder at half rule and set parity for signature shades. Day 5, send 1 small supplier email with template A or B. Day 6, set your weekly check reminder. Day 7, review and note 3 KPIs.
And the 3 KPIs listeners should watch?
Track these 3 measurable KPIs. 1, stockouts avoided. Count times a client wanted an item and you had it versus before the pilot. 2, retail attach rate. Percent of appointments that end with a retail sale. Look for small percentage lifts. 3, inventory days on hand. Roughly how many days your current SKUs will last at current pace. After a week, you'll have directional signals. Fewer stockouts, small attach gains, and lower waste if you used pre-sell or parity wisely.
This feels doable. Short pilot, clear numbers, and a low-risk supplier conversation. I love that it's practical for single techs and scalable as you grow.
Quick troubleshooting before we close. Risk 1 is the small sample issue. Mitigate by extending to 60 bookings or adding a seasonality multiplier. Risk 2 is over-ordering. Mitigate by starting conservative with 1 extra unit and validating via pre-sell or hold for pickup. Risk 3 is supplier minimums. Mitigate by asking for 30-day trials, pooled orders, or focusing parity on high-margin SKUs only. Those are simple guardrails, so your first week is about learning, not stockpiling.
One last listener question. If I run the pilot and don't see improvement, what's the next small step?
If results are noisy after the first week, don't panic. Extend your rolling window to 60 bookings. Use parity only for the top 2-3 high-margin SKUs, or add a simple plus or minus 20% seasonality adjustment. The point is to get directional confidence before scaling orders. Test small, learn fast, and adjust. Okay, final takeaways before you go. 1. Export or list your last 30 bookings this week. 2. Apply the 3 rules. Top 5 at 15% with 1 extra unit, reorder at half your projected 30-day sell-through, and parity buffers for signature shades. 3. Set a simple weekly cadence and use the supplier templates to keep ordering low risk. Run the 7-day pilot, track the 3 KPIs, and iterate.
I can already hear salon owners trying this on Monday. Small moves, big impact. That felt wonderful. Thanks for walking through it so clearly.
Thanks. If you try it, send a quick note to our socials with 1 win from your week. And before we sign off, subscribe so you don't miss the next practical system you can use in a single work week. Let's dive in and make your business shine. stay curious, stay creative. Until next time, keep your nails and business thriving.